Well, boys and girls, it's that time of the Eli the Computer Guy business cycle. Just like the rain comes with the monsoons, every once in a while it's time for Eli the Computer Guy to cleanse his YouTube presence. So, warning, if you are still logged into YouTube, Eli the Computer Guy is cleansing his presence on YouTube yet again. Now, why am I cleansing my presence on YouTube? It's not because of cancel culture. It's not because of consequence culture. It's because of a little thing I call conversation culture. See, I don't know about these other people out there. I don't know how the other people go about life. But in my life, in order to be successful in business, I have to go out there and create relationships with people. Oh, I know it's true. That's how boomer I am. That's how Gen X I am. I believe that you actually should be creating relationships with the people that you do business with, the people that have a vested interest in your business. And one of the problems that I run into is, most normal people can't make heads or tails of the YouTube culture, right? And so one of the issues I have now that Silicon Dojo is, the speed of Silicon Dojo really is ramping up. I didn't think I would have anything until September. My original goal was I wouldn't have an office, I wouldn't have anything until September. And at this point, I've had an office for almost 2 months now. We are in the black from crowdfunding. We are having meetups. We've had numerous one-on-one consultations, and I'm actually looking at expanding out into a new room, a new facility. That's how startup people say it. Yeah, so we're going to be upgrading to a new facility. How Eli puts it is we're going to be upgrading to a 1,000 square foot block. Hopefully, it's a really nice block. It's a beautiful block. It's just like this block. There's this block, has fans, has ceiling fans in it. It's around the startup people in the area. Anyways, one of the issues that I've been running into, though, as the speed of Silicon Dojo starts going faster and faster and faster, is I'm having to deal with normies. I'm having to deal with normies. And the issue in the real world is when you start having to deal with normies, and you have been a YouTube celebrity, or whatever the hell I have been for the past 12 years, normies don't really know what the hell's going on, right? Like if you know who PewDiePie is, if you know who Keemstar is, right? If I talk about, was it Logan Paul, boxing, Merriweather, last night or a couple of days ago or whenever it is, right? If you understand those things that I'm talking about, then I can have a very reasonable conversation with you about the YouTube world and what has happened to my YouTube channels in this YouTube world. The problem is if you have no idea who PewDiePie is or who Keemstar is or who Logan Paul or Jake Paul or who any of these people are, when you see my modern YouTube presence, it's a bit concerning. It's like, right, and one of the big issues to understand as a decider in business, as a decision maker in business, is one, as a decision maker, you have to say what your company is going to do, who your company is going to associate with, who your company is going to sponsor, who you are going to sit down and have a beer with. But one of the things that gets left out of the conversation is one of the bigger jobs as a decision maker is to decide who you're not going to return an email to. Right? Again, nobody likes it when I say it, but if you get 50 resumes for one job, if you're the employer, your first priority is literally to throw 40 resumes away. Again, if you're a sponsor or if you're somebody else, one of the big jobs is, to try to get away from the crackpots. And so one of the problems that I deal with in the modern world of YouTube is that when normies go to take a look at my YouTube channel, their poor little heads explode. They just don't understand what's going on. Now to be clear, this is not that I feel that I have done anything morally or ethically wrong. This is not to say that my advice has not been solid. This is not to say, when I talk about social justice and equity and all of these things, that I don't think they come from a very good, solid foundation. But, when you get the normies coming in, They're just like, ooh, right? And so I have been having more and more and more real world business conversations. And one of the things that I've realized having these real world business conversations is that it's way too confusing. It takes way too much effort to explain my current presence in the YouTube world. Again, not that it's morally incorrect or anything else. It's just trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's trying to explain the Rocky Horror Picture Show to your grandparents. It might be fun, might be good people doing it, but you know. The banister is lucky is a hard thing to convince your grandparents isn't a bad thing. So anyways, what I'm doing now is I'm going through and I'm yet again fully cleansing all of my YouTube presence. So all of the what you would call problematic content, or a lot of them, most of the problematic content that I put on YouTube, it is going to get deleted and it's going to go away simply because, again, for what I want to do with my life, for where Silicon Dojo is going, for all of these things, it adds an extra set of hurdles that I just don't need to deal with, right? If I say I'm Eli the Computer Guy, or I was Eli the Computer Guy, with over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, where I talked about technology and business, and you go there and you see technology and business videos, you're like, wow! Well, look at this guy. This guy knows what the hell is doing. Oh, yeah, we really do need to partner with this guy. On the other hand, if you go there and you see whatever I've been doing, I don't know, me sitting there with a bowl of soup and slurping into it as I scream about whatever I scream about during the day, you know, I can't fault somebody. I cannot fault somebody for saying, maybe we want to stay clear of this. I'm not really sure what's going on here, and I have too much on my plate to worry about it. So anyways, what I've decided is on the main YouTube channel, the main YouTube channel now is all going to be technology education. The whole Startup Life series is going away. The whole Tech Career Advice series is going away. All the opinion videos, if any of them are still on the main YouTube channel, they are going away entirely. And then on the main YouTube channel will basically be the seminars that I do here for Silicon Dojo. So today, in the timeline for me, I just published the DNS for cybersecurity video. So that will go there. We're doing an easy computer vision class this week in Silicon Dojo. After that's over, I will record that and that will go there. And basically we will have the technology or the business seminars go there, you know, to clean up my image as far as the normies is concerned. On the same hand, when we look at the Daily Blob channel, I think I'm going back to iteration number 3 of the Daily Blob channel. So the Daily Blob channel has had a lot of iterations over the years. Daily Blob channel itself is like 10 years old or something like that at this point. So anyways, I do believe it was iteration number 2. Might have been iteration number 3. I don't know. It's been a long time. Anyways, iteration number 2 was a question and answer channel. So you'll still see those videos. People are still looking at those videos from like 8 years ago. Don't listen to advice from 8 years ago. As the person who still makes money from those videos, could you please stop watching those videos? 8-year-old advice is not good advice. Anyways, what I want to do here is for the Daily Blob channel, we're going to go back to being a question and answer channel. Because that way I can help you folks out. Again, kind of a bit of the back and forth as we have when I do my live videos, you know, without me going off the deep end. No, me going off the deep end. Yeah, I know my rants. I know my rants are a classic thing, but I don't think normies understand my rants. So basically here, you know, so you're like, hey, Eli, should I get a cybersecurity? I'm a 42-year-old, you know, Pacific Island female in Colorado. I don't know. Do you think I should go and get a cybersecurity degree? Hey, Eli, my company is, you know, looking to spin up services. Should we use Azure or AWS? Hey, Eli, I want to do computers. What degree should I get? The computer one. Definitely the computer one. Oh, that's where I start going. That's where I start going off the. It's so easy for me to snark. It's just, I'm like a recovering snark addict. We gotta keep the snark down. So anyways, this channel will go back to iteration number 2 or 3 or whatever of basically questions and answers, asking about whatever, and then I can sit there, I can look at all the questions, I can decide what's best for me and my career to answer. Hopefully give you folks some good advice along the way, and I think this will be better for Silicon Dojo going into the future. Again, just so we're all clear here, my YouTube career is over. I mean, it's been over for a long time. It's kind of like it's one of those that's been over, but they've been like paying me retirement money for a while. Anyway, the whole thing is blowing up. The ship is going down. The ship is going down. And so my focus really is on Silicon Dojo. Again, I really want a free to the end user, hands-on technology program with a bit more space than this, about 3 times this amount of space, where people can come in. If they want to learn Active Directory, they can grab 5 computers off of the shelf. They can build themselves a little Active Directory cluster or whatever the hell else it is that they want to build. I can sit there and I can actually help them one-on-one. This is what problems you're having. This is how you troubleshoot the issue. The whole 9 yards. If somebody wants to, figure out how to do a machine vision project, that they can come in, they can explain what they're trying to do. I'll be like, well, Azure will give you this, AWS will give you this. What are you looking for? Okay, this is probably the route that I would suggest if I was in your situation. So why don't you spin up a LAMP server, make sure Python's installed, go through these steps that Azure or AWS has for building your server, and then once you've gotten that set, I'll come back and we'll go over a little bit of how you can actually write this code to do what it is that you want to do. Again, being able to do these seminars, DNS seminars or Raspberry Pi seminars, cybersecurity seminars or whatever else, and the cool part being then afterwards, again, people can come, they can grab equipment, they can play around, they can do penetration testing on other lab equipment. Again, remember, if you're going to be a penetration tester, if you try to do penetration testing on equipment that you have not been authorized to try to penetrate by somebody who is legally allowed to authorize you to do that, it is against the law. So we can create a lab for you that you can then try to penetrate, which will be all above board. You get the educational experience, nobody gets arrested, yay. But anyways, I'm really excited about Silicon Dojo. Again, the fact that people are already crowdfunding to the degree that it is. Every single technology professional I talk to about this loves the idea. Again, there's just a whole bunch of stuff there. And so that's where I sit there and it's like, okay, I think this is an important thing to be thinking about in the modern world is, do I want to sacrifice what is most important to me, what is actually important to me, for stupid ass rants on social media? Again, it's not First Amendment, it's not freedom of speech, it's not, right? It's conversation culture. When you sit there to have conversations with people, it's a hell of a lot easier if your social media presence is just bat crap bunkers, which mine is. So anyways, if you want to ask me a question, please, in the comment section, I go through, I look at the comments, every day. So in the comment section, ask a question. Reasonable ones will be answered. You can ask whatever question you want. The reasonable ones should be answered. But ask your questions down there. I'll go through, I'll sort out the most interesting ones, and then I will try to do videos actually answering those questions. And this way, again, like I say, this creates a good, solid product all the way around, right? If the normies come and see this question and answer video sessions, right? It's like, oh, hey, look at that. A 40-some-year-old tech professional is answering questions for people. There's no downside to that. You guys get good advice. I get some ad revenue. And also we can use this as Silicon Dojo advertising. Hey, did you appreciate the answer that Eli, a computer guy, gave you on the Daily Blob? Well, why don't you come down to Asheville, North Kakalaki and come to the Silicon Dojo program that we're doing. All right? So that's my ideas. I know. Shackleford, some of the other ones out there. I know you're gonna be sad, but I don't know. Every dog has his day. Every platform has its zenith. Every career has its cycle. This is what I've been doing for, frankly, way too damn long. Before you start giving me any crap about this turning into a question and answer channel, yeah, this weekend I got really damn close to just deleting all my channels. Like that close. The only reason I've not deleted my channels at this point, just to be crystal clear here, is because I am now old enough to know the value of residual income and the value of having a digital asset. And that value there is, worth enough to keep these channels up and running. So yeah, before you cry too much about the change, just realize the other option was just wiping these damn things out and being done with it. And to be clear, I can't say I'm picking the best option right now. This is one of those times like, I picked I picked an option. We will find out in a while whether or not this was the best one. So anywho, leave your questions down below. Again, we are here at Silicon Dojo in Asheville, North Carolina. As I do this particular video, again, every single week, we are doing classes here. We did DNS for cybersecurity last week. We're doing easy computer vision with AWS and Azure this week. We'll be doing something else next week, so we are doing these classes. If you go to silicondojo.com, on the right-hand side, there's a link for the meetup. If you're in the area, sign up for the meetup and come on down. If you're willing to travel here, again, I'm doing one-on-one consultations at this point. I've had many people, lots of people, and I've had them come all the way 3 hours away. I've had them come from Augusta, Georgia. I've had them come from Raleigh. A few people have come from Charlotte. They're away from here. You may not know where that is, but they're away from here. Anyways, they found the value in coming and picking my brain. So if you want to do one of these one-on-one meetings, again, free to the end user. Sign up Silicon Dojo on the right-hand side. We are doing tutoring sessions now too. So if you do need to understand more about DNS, or you don't really understand when your professor talks about a TCP/IP4 being a protocol suite versus being a protocol, what that actually means, kind of like A+, Net+, Security+, Linux+, CompTIA level stuff. The reason we're trying to keep it to CompTIA level stuff is, remember, I have to do this tutoring on the fly. I'm smart, but brain crashes after a little bit, right? Anyways, if you want to do tutoring, again, free to the end user, look on the right-hand side of Silicon Dojo, sign up for an hour-long tutoring session. More than happy to help everybody. And hopefully soonish, we'll be getting that 1,000 square foot space. And that's the whole thing. It's like, you need those moments in life to kind of focus your vision. Those moments in life for you to understand what is important and what isn't important. And like really what hit me. So last week I went to look at a possible space. So I met somebody in the business community here, the tech business community. They said that there was a space available in the place that they're at. So I went to go talk to the person. I went there, there's a space. It was beautiful. I should not be this excited about a block of space, but it's just amazing. It's just this like 1,000 square foot block of space with a window, with ceiling fans, with a gig internet connection in an area that has like tech companies and startup people here in Asheville. And it was just seeing that and realizing I was actually having a business discussion over this space, and realizing, my reputation might matter for this business discussion. Because again, remember in business, right? This isn't just about hiring people for jobs or hiring people for consulting or whatever. Everything that you do in business is about your reputation. Whether you're able to rent a location, whether you're able to do business with companies to do advertisings and sponsorship. Again, the types of people that are willing to come to your facility and learn from you. All of this is based around reputation. And it's so many instances of people looking at you, of people looking at what you've put out in the world, and them simply deciding, do I reply to this person's email or do I put this in the spam bin? Right? Your life, your success literally pivots on whether or not people decide to reply to you or dump you in the spam bin. And for me, I would like them to reply. Silicon Dojo requires people to hit the reply button. So there you go. If you like what I'm doing, if you like all the stuff that I'm talking about, we do have a link down below. Again, donorbox.org/ETCG. That is to help support this Silicon Dojo project. And so with that, I'm going to go through. I've found I've been onto Google, and I found the fact pages for how to cleanse a YouTube channel. So I'm about to go into my YouTube settings with this bottle of Windex. To be clear, this is not how you clean your YouTube settings. This is not how you clear social media. Just so nobody gets confused. Anyways, with that, I'll call it a day. Hopefully I'll see you folks down here in Asheville, and if not, leave a question, ask a question, and maybe I'll be able to answer it for you.